Have you ever felt like something's missing, like the love is there, but the joy is gone? You're not imagining it. There are 5 moments, small but significant, that could reveal just how far the distance between you has grown. These lost moments aren't dramatic. They don't come with shouting matches or tears. They're the subtle signs that affection and closeness are quietly fading. By the end of this, you'll recognize these moments in your own relationships and understand their deeper meaning. These lost moments might seem trivial at first, but when put together, they can reveal a slow, painful shift in a connection that once felt unbreakable. Though easy to ignore or dismiss, these moments can signal the first cracks in what you thought was a solid bond. And while they may appear insignificant, when left unaddressed, they could be the start of something much larger slipping away. As you read on, you may start to question if you've missed these moments in your own relationships. Moments that, once passed, could make you wonder if you've lost something irreparable. Lost moment. 1. Silence during shared experiences. There was a time when silence between you and your partner felt natural, even beautiful. You'd sit side by side, no need for words, just being in each other's presence was enough. The shared quiet was a language of its own, where everything felt right. But now, when you're together, that same silence feels charged with discomfort. Instead of feeling at peace, you both reach for your phones or glance away, searching for something, anything, to fill the void. The silence has turned from peaceful to painful. This change isn't about a lack of things to say, it's about a shift in emotional connection. When silence, once so familiar, becomes awkward, it means something deeper has changed. It's no longer the comfortable shared space it once was. What was once an easy, unspoken bond is now strained, with distance quietly creeping in. The Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius, emphasized the importance of being present, truly in the moment. When you can no longer enjoy each other's company in silence, it's a clear sign that emotional intimacy has been replaced by distance. A simple moment that used to speak volumes now echoes with an emptiness you can't ignore anymore. This small change, so easy to overlook, points to something much larger, an emotional disconnection that threatens to grow deeper if left unchecked. Lost moment. 2. The decline of spontaneous laughter. Do you remember the times when the smallest things would make you both burst into laughter? A silly joke, a funny story, or even just a shared glance that turned into uncontrollable giggles. Those moments felt effortless, full of genuine joy and connection. But now, something has shifted. The laughter that once flowed so freely between you has become rare. Instead of the spontaneous joy, you both smile politely, but the laughter that used to fill the air now feels forced or worse, absent altogether. Laughter is more than just a sound. It's a reflection of comfort, trust, and shared happiness. When laughter fades, it's often a sign that the emotional bond between you has weakened. The light-heartedness and playfulness that once defined your connection now feel distant. What was once an automatic response to each other's presence now seems hard to summon, like a missing piece of the relationship puzzle. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, viewed happiness as something not solely dependent on grand moments, but found in the everyday, spontaneous joys. He believed that true joy comes from the simple, unexpected pleasures of life, the moments that make you laugh without trying. When those moments disappear, it's a sign that something deeper is missing. Perhaps the mutual understanding and connection that once made everything feel light-hearted have faded, leaving behind a gap that neither of you knows how to fill. Laughter is one of the simplest ways to bond, a natural and unforced connection. But when it fades, it leaves a space that can be hard to fill. And as that laughter diminishes, you may begin to wonder if the joy you once shared has been replaced by something else, something quieter and more difficult to ignore. Lost moment. 3. The absence of thoughtful gestures. Think back to a time when she would surprise you with a thoughtful gesture. It could have been something small but meaningful, an unexpected text just to check in, a simple gift that showed she was thinking of you, or a kind act that made you feel loved and appreciated. These gestures weren't about grand declarations. They were the quiet, tender ways she showed her affection. They were the daily reminders that you were in each other's hearts. But now, those gestures are rare, if not non-existent. The once frequent surprises have faded, leaving behind only silence where there was once tenderness. Thoughtful gestures are the lifeblood of any relationship. They reflect how much you're truly thinking about the other person. They're the small, unspoken acts that create a web of affection, care, and connection. When these acts stop, it's not just about the absence of the gesture. It signals a deeper shift in the relationship. The absence of these small signs of love is often a quiet red flag, a subtle warning that emotional withdrawal has begun. It's as if the person who once cared enough to surprise you is now caught up in something else, and the relationship is no longer at the center of their thoughts. In Stoic philosophy, virtue is at the core of how we relate to others. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the importance of care, kindness, and attention to others. These virtues are displayed through small, thoughtful actions, acts of love that demonstrate how much you value someone. When these small, meaningful gestures stop, it's a sign that someone has stopped prioritizing the relationship. The thoughtfulness that once defined your connection has begun to fade into the background, and what was once a deep emotional investment now feels more distant. These small gestures are the threads that build the fabric of a relationship. When they stop, those threads begin to unravel, unnoticed at first, but eventually the emptiness becomes undeniable. The little acts that once made your heart flutter, the reminders that someone cares, are now gone. And as these moments fade, you may start to feel the subtle unraveling of the relationship, even if no one has spoken the words out loud. Lost moment 4. The end of future talk. Remember the times when you and your partner would talk about the future? You'd dream together, whether it was about places you wanted to visit, the little things you'd do together down the road, or the bigger goals you both hoped to achieve. These conversations made you feel connected, like the relationship had a shared purpose and direction. But now, when you bring up future plans, there's a shift. The conversation is met with hesitation, or even worse, a lack of enthusiasm. She no longer talks about we in the future. The future seems more like something she's creating alone, and the once collaborative vision of tomorrow feels distant, even non-existent. The shift from talking about the future to avoiding it isn't just about what's being said. It's about what's not being said. When someone stops talking about a shared future, it's a powerful signal that they're no longer emotionally invested in the relationship. A relationship without plans for the future is like a building without a foundation. The future represents the commitment and trust between two people. Without those discussions, it becomes clear that the emotional connection is starting to fray, as if the bond that once held you together is loosening. In Stoic philosophy, the focus is on controlling what we can and committing to the things that truly matter. Marcus Aurelius, for example, valued the importance of forward thinking, not just for the individual, but for the relationships that shape our lives. The Stoics knew that a shared vision of the future was essential for maintaining a strong bond. When the idea of a shared future vanishes, it's a sign that the foundation of the relationship is crumbling. The connection that once had a clear direction is now veering into uncertainty. The future should be something you build together, brick by brick. It's not just about discussing practical matters or making plans. It's about nurturing a sense of unity and mutual purpose. When that conversation stops or shifts to silence, it's like the relationship is fading into the background. You're left wondering if she's already building her future without you, if she's slowly preparing herself to move on. In relationships, silence about the future isn't neutral. It's a clear signal of emotional withdrawal. And once that silence becomes permanent, it may be too late to rebuild what's been lost. Lost moment 5. Decreased interest in shared intimacy. There was a time when intimacy felt effortless. Whether it was through physical closeness, deep emotional conversations, or the way you would connect on a more intellectual level, it all seemed natural. Those were the moments that made you feel most bonded. No barriers, just two people completely in sync. But now, something has shifted. She seems less interested in being close, in any form. Conversations that once delved into meaningful personal topics are met with indifference. The spark that once made physical intimacy something to look forward to now feels more like a routine than a desire. What was once a beautiful connection now feels distant and strained. When shared intimacy begins to fade, it's a clear sign that the emotional distance between you has grown. Intimacy is the essence of closeness. It's not just about physical touch, but about the openness and vulnerability that define a deep connection. When that closeness wanes, it's not just the surface-level interactions that are affected. The emotional core of the relationship begins to unravel. The lack of physical or emotional intimacy signals that something deeper is missing, and without it, the bond weakens. In Stoic philosophy, mutual respect and trust are fundamental to building strong, lasting relationships. True intimacy, the Stoics would argue, requires both partners to engage equally and invest in each other's well-being. When this engagement falters, the connection starts to dissolve. The loss of intimacy in any form is not just a sign of physical or emotional neglect. It's a sign of deeper emotional detachment. Intimacy isn't just about touch, it's about connection. When that connection fades, everything else follows. What starts as a small shift in how you relate to each other can eventually lead to the loss of what once felt like a deep, irreplaceable bond. If the intimacy that once defined the relationship is no longer present, it may be the first sign that the love is fading and the emotional foundation of the relationship is crumbling. These 5 lost moments, silence during shared experiences, the decline of laughter, the absence of thoughtful gestures, the end of future talk, and decreased interest in intimacy, might seem like small signs on their own. But together they form a powerful picture of a relationship quietly drifting apart. At first, these moments are easy to overlook or dismiss as temporary. Yet when they accumulate, they point to a deeper issue, the emotional distance between two people that's often too subtle to notice until it's too late. The truth is, relationships are dynamic and they require constant attention and care. From a Stoic perspective, emotional awareness in relationships is just as important as in other areas of life. While we can't control every aspect of the relationship, we can control how we respond to the subtle signs of emotional drift. Recognizing these signs early gives us the chance to act, whether that means having a meaningful conversation, reigniting shared activities, or simply being more present for each other. The Stoics believed that wisdom comes from recognizing patterns and taking proactive steps before things spiral out of control. Now take a moment to reflect on your own relationship. Are any of these moments showing up in your life? Are the silences more awkward than comfortable? Is laughter fading and gestures of affection becoming rare? Are you both still dreaming of the future together, or has that vision disappeared? If these moments are slipping away, it's not too late to re-engage. Relationships require active effort, and it's essential to address the small signs before they become permanent. Love is not passive. It thrives on intention, communication, and emotional connection. If you feel the distance growing, now is the time to bridge the gap and reconnect before it's too late.